WOCA. Ocala.
All right, 25 minutes before 10 o'clock. Nice looking Thursday morning. Hope you're doing well. The forecast looks really nice. Nice weather today. Nice weather tonight. Gosh, I don't think there's a day in this forecast that it goes all the way till a week from today. So let's just appreciate what we've got right now. Gosh, how many times have you ever been kind of bummed out by something? I don't know. Maybe you were fired from a job, or maybe not something as drastic as that. Maybe you just, didn't win the lottery or something. You know what I like to do? I know this is crazy, and I don't know how many people can even relate to this, but I will go to YouTube and I'll put in like funny dogs or something like that, and I'll watch dogs just being funny, and I don't know why, but it really kind of helps me out. I don't know why. It kind of takes the edge off of whatever it is that's bothering me. It's, oh my God, look at those silly dogs, and chasing their tails. Years ago, I had a VHS tape of the Arctic, and it was footage of like ice. It was set to this pretty music, and that kind of did the same thing, but it didn't make me laugh. It just made me look at it and go, ooh, that's pretty. Sandra Reich is on the phone. She is the co-creator of anxietyvideos.com. There's a hyphen in there, anxiety-videos.com. I just went to look at the website, didn't look at it enough to have any information for you, but we have Sandra on to answer our questions. She is the founder and the clinical director of the Montreal Center for Anxiety and Depression. So let's find out what they're doing up there and how we can benefit from it with their videos. I don't know that it's got anything about dogs chasing their own tails, or about ice falling off of any of the glaciers. Let's find out for now. Let me put this video on here. Sandra, good morning, Sandra. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm all right. Are you in Montreal right now?
I am indeed.
Oh, you've got ice coming there soon, don't you?
Oh yes, unfortunately I do.
So do you speak French?
I do, but my first language is English.
Oh, okay. And you started this with a partner. What is your partner's name?
Her name is Georgia Dow. We started the anxiety videos together because there was a lot of people who can't get to our offices, and sometimes people also want to treat their anxiety in the comfort of their homes.
All right, excellent. So when I was talking about the funny dog videos and how that has actually helped me, and I don't know that I've ever been clinically depressed, but you get bummed out by things. What are you doing differently, and that'll help the average person? And am I right? It's through videos. We actually watch videos, and it helps us.
Well, first of all, let me comment on you. First of all, you're using a technique, you're using a distraction, and it's quite smart what you're doing. So kudos on that. Our videos are not a distraction as much as they are as the same thing as coming into a session. They're actually a full session of the treatment of anxiety. So there's specific strategies you have to learn. So we go through the strategies. It's almost as if you're sitting in a therapist's office, but in the comfort of your home.
Oh, okay. And is it interactive, or is it we watch and listen to what the video has on it?
Well, you watch and listen, but there is homework, and it continues on the next video. And then what we found is there's some common themes in people who suffer anxiety, and we did a specialty series on things like boundaries and consequences, parenting, depression, and so on and so forth. And we've had tremendous success because there's still a lot of stigma about getting help for these things, and these things always get better with treatment and always get worse without.
So do we use this? Okay, let me ask you a couple of maybe unrelated questions, but is there hypnosis involved, or some type of hypnosis?
No, not in these videos. No hypnosis involved. When you're getting anxiety, and depression and anxiety are, opposite sides of the same coin. Often your sympathetic nervous system is getting a misfiring. It's thinking your body's in danger when it's not. So these are actual techniques to turn on the opposite nervous system, which is the one that makes you feel calm and relaxed and feel like you can cope with anything. So we don't get to hypnosis. We don't need to, because there's lots we can do that will bring you to that calm state without even going into hypnosis.
Do we know that anxiety is happening sometimes, or is that kind of like a mystery and all of a sudden here it is?
Well, I think sometimes we think, anxiety sometimes gives you the idea that you're going crazy because you're having a physiological response. Your heart starts racing. You start sweating. You start feeling like you got to get out of here, and you think, "Oh my God, I must be dying." But in fact, your brain just got a false alarm, and then your body got the message that you're in danger. Your body's doing exactly what it's supposed to do when it's in danger: is get yourself ready for a fight or flight. So we do know something's happening. We just don't know what it is.
Oh, really? And what typically will trigger that? Will it be like money problems, or I don't know, everything goes with the plumbing breaks or the car breaks down. Your uncle across the country is suddenly in the hospital. I mean, there's all kinds of things that the life throws at us.
Beautifully said. So true. So what happens is you have to picture like a swimming pool, and there's stress in life. So the stress starts building up, and you're not doing strategies. You're not doing your food, sleep, exercise. You're not doing your stress management techniques, which, by the way, we all need to do. The strategies that are on the DVDs are strategies we all need to do. We all work a lot of hours. There's a lot of stress. We're parents. We're running around. If you don't take care of your stress, eventually the swimming pool overflows. You could wake up with what's called a panic attack or an extreme anxiety attack, and you're like, what is going on here? What's going on is the stress is built up. So sometimes it's a build-up, and sometimes you're just in the middle of speaking somewhere, or you walk into a room, you have an anxiety attack, and your brain then associates that location with danger. So our natural tendency then is to avoid the location. Worst thing to do. Our brain then starts avoiding more and more things. Our lives get smaller and smaller.
Are parents inflicting anxiety on their children when they enroll their kids in like 3 or 4 different things to do every week, and then they got school and all of that, and then the children just go along because they don't know how to express that, "No, this is too much, Mom"?
Brilliant question, and I'm so glad you asked it. When I opened the clinic, we were an adult-only clinic. We're 49% children now, to my dismay. Actually, children and anxiety are at all-time high. Overactivities, not enough boundaries in the household. We had to develop a DVD just for this called Parenting. It is out of control. Too much stress on the children and not enough structure. Lots of strategies to be learned there.
Oh, really? How does stress and anxiety manifest itself? Do we get rashes? Do we lose sleep? What exactly happens physically?
Oh my God, it's an incredible series of circumstances that happen to your body. So remember, your brain gets the message you're in danger. So if you were actually in danger, you would need, for example, your heart to beat very quickly because you'd have to run away. So your heart starts racing, your body starts sweating, that's so that your body could cool itself, and so the predator that supposedly is going after you can't grab your arms. The blood pools away from your extremities so you can fight or, get out of there. You start breathing very quickly. You start to hyper-focus on something because you got to look for your exit. The problem is that you're not actually in danger. So now you think, I'm having a heart attack, there's no doubt about it, or I'm dying, or I'm going crazy. But none of those things are happening. It is not in your head. You're just getting a false alarm. And this is very common in a world filled with lots of dangerous news and lots of things to worry about. So what we've got to do is learn to teach the body, no, this is a false alarm, and there's a series of strategies you can do that remarkably work and very quickly at that.
The question I have, we up against the break, so let me ask you, and then I guess we'll answer it. You can answer it on the other side of the break. But I was just looking at the website, and I'm curious if looking at the videos will educate me on how to better handle anxiety, or do I go back to the videos every time I feel anxiety, and do they offer some kind of a calming effect as almost like a therapy through video? So do we learn how to handle anxiety, or do we use the videos, or both? It could be both, or maybe neither. Let's find out on the other side. We'll take the break real quick because I have such high anxiety that I won't get the break at the right time. Because I have a note right here that says, don't miss the break. All right, Sandra Reich is on the phone. Anxiety-videos.com if you want to take a shortcut and go right to it. That's the website I was just looking at. We'll take a break and be right back with Sandra after this. So
weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Safe boating is no accidents. Watch for rough surf and strong rip currents at the beaches over the next couple of days. It'll be breezy this Thursday with some sunshine. There can be a shower along the coast, high 80 to 84. Partly cloudy Thursday night, lows in the low to mid-60s inland, 72 on the coast. For Friday, clouds and sunshine and breezy in the afternoon. There can be a shower again at the coast, the high 82 to 86. Saturday, partly sunny, high 82 to 86. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm Joe Lundberg.
Are you in need of custom screen printing, embroidery, or promotional items? Then look no further and come visit the brand new Legacy Team Sales. LTS is conveniently located off 17th Street next to Armstrong Homes in beautiful Ocala. We offer the best prices and highest quality products for your company, team, school, or nonprofit. Whether looking for screen printed shirts, embroidered polos, or travel team uniforms, you'll be sure to find it at Legacy Team Sales. Come visit our new 27,000 square foot facility. Our friendly and knowledgeable sales staff will assist you in every part of your custom purchase. LTS carries the hottest brands in the industry like Under Armour, Russell, Mizuno, Asics, Badger Sports, Gildan, Pacific, Ogio, and many more. At LTS, screen printing embroidery is done in-house and we guarantee customer satisfaction. Stop by, give us a call, or check us out on the web at shoplts.com. Remember the name, LTS.
Here's what you may have missed on the John Tesh Radio Show.
The secret to longevity, it may just come down to these two words: eat less. Realtor Magazine says this is a hot trend. Urinals are going from train stations, ballparks, and public restrooms right into the home. So what makes people stay madly in love? The study found that couples who use good communication skills are more likely to remain deeply in love because they know they're both on the same page.
Intelligence for your life on the John Tesh Radio Show. Don't miss this stuff.
Hey, I'm Gary.
And I'm Eric.
Did you know that Red Eye Radio is on WOCA The Source every night from 2 to 6 a.m. and it's live?
That's right. No tape shows here.
We know that the news doesn't sleep.
And neither do we. So we're here with you live from 2 till 6 a.m. every weekday. Call us 866-90-RED-EYE. So join me, Gary McNamara.
And me, Eric Harley, every weeknight to discuss the latest in news and entertainment.
Right here on WOCA The Source.
If you're hearing this message and wish to lose 50 pounds permanently, then write this phone number down: 352-633-0473. Dr. Juan Jordan's office in Lady Lake is offering the first 15 callers a free metabolism and body fat analysis with a comprehensive, in-depth fat-burning consultation. You have nothing to lose. Please call 352-633-0473.
All right, 12 minutes before 10 o'clock. Thank you for tuning in. Gosh, it's a nice-looking day. On the phone, we have Sandra Reich. She's up in Montreal, and she's the co-creator of anxietyvideos.com. If you're going to the website, put a hyphen between the two words, anxiety-videos.com. She started the project. I'm going to call it a project with Georgia Dow, I think she said, or what's her name? And they founded the clinic, and she's the clinical director of the Montreal Center for Anxiety and Depression. During the break, Sandra, I went to your website and I wanted to read for the listeners one of the testimonials. It's a real brief one. It says, "My prayers have been answered. Yes, I love my therapist. Yes, I have gotten better with therapy, but I find I often forget my strategies or what he says to do. Then I found anxietyvideos.com, a dream come true, digital downloads that I can use with my therapy. Thank you so much for doing this for us anxiety sufferers." So that is probably why I am so curious as to, it sounds like people go back to the videos rather than learning from them and then passing them on to somebody else or putting them in a drawer. Am I right?
Yes, exactly right. And your question before the break, it's really both, because the anxiety videos are taking you through step by step what you need to learn to manage anxiety in your life. But of course, if you get your anxiety under control, things are going better, and it starts to come back, you want to pull them right back out. You want to get right back to your strategies. We do the strategies with you. So it's not a distraction DVD. It is actually, we are doing strategies directly with you that are good for in advance of anxiety, to teach your body, because we know through research there is a relaxation response. It's like a muscle that can be learned. So you want to do it in advance. You want to go to the gym on a regular basis. You don't want to only have muscles the day of a fight.
Right.
But on the day of a fight, you certainly want to be lifting. So you want to go back to your strategies.
So when you help people overcome their anxieties, and if a couple has anxiety, do you ask them to talk about this in a solo situation, or should they be together?
That's an interesting question. It brings up the fact that anxiety is very contagious, so we have to try to isolate what's going on here. Is it a hot potato going back and forth, meaning one partner is anxious and they're giving it to the other one, which often happens with people. And by the way, anxiety often comes out as anger. So if you have someone who's angry all the time, you might be looking at someone with an anxiety problem. But we have to try to isolate what is going on between the two of them, because there's also a relationship between repressed emotions and anxiety. So is the couple having a problem that they're not dealing with, that they're not expressing, and it's manifesting as anxiety? We talk a lot about the role of repressed emotions, particularly anger, because anger works on the same system in the body as anxiety. And guess what? Women, we're not socialized to express anger. We show up with anxiety quite a bit more often than men do.
The notes indicate that the program will also help with sleep, and I wanted to ask something about sleep. Could it also help with dreams? Like, you remember that song by Tom T. Hall? You might be too young to remember the song, but one of the things he said in this old song, he said, "I like," and he goes through the whole things he likes, and one of the things he says he likes is sleep without dreams. Right? He says, "I like sleep without dreams." And I always thought, "Gosh, I love sleep with dreams," but not now. It seems like I have something I'm disturbed by every single time I wake up. What is there a way to undo the dreams that are troubling?
Oh, yeah. Well, what's happening is when we're going to sleep is we're working through all the difficult moments of our life, and we're cleaning out memories. We're doing a whole lot of very important work when we're asleep. So if you're having disturbing dreams right now, I actually recommend that you institute some stress management techniques or go back to those dogs, because actually there's stuff you're working out in your sleep. We want to clean that out during the day so that you have those nice, beautiful, peaceful, wonderful dreams. So those stress management techniques could be helpful for you and the dogs.
Do you bring religion or the client's personal beliefs into your sessions?
I do not bring religion in, but I do. The research does show that people, when they have faith in anything at all, it doesn't matter what or who or how, believing in something beyond yourself seems to help people to get better. So, very cognitive, cynical type of people are the people who are most prone to anxiety, by the way. The type A personalities, the movers and shakers of the world, are the most prone to anxiety. So sometimes going beyond yourself and believing in the possibility that this does not have to be your life is a very powerful tool.
So the videos, I noticed on the website itself that they're in different categories. Let me go back to that page. There's the anxiety ones. Oh gosh, they're all
the specialty series.
Yeah, so there's different. Okay, the dollar amount goes up. So the number of videos do you actually get physical videos, or do we download these?
You download on your computer. They're there for like 10 seconds later, and the price does not go up. Actually, we have bundles where the price goes down. You can buy them in bunches, and we have a special for your listeners, by the way. If they punch in www.anxiety-videos.com/bundle, they'll get an over 25% discount on their videos.
Okay. So, do we do this in addition to seeing a therapist, or instead of seeing a therapist?
You definitely can do it instead of seeing a therapist, which is a heck of a lot cheaper. But if you are seeing a therapist and you're worried that you're not remembering everything she or he is saying in the session, they're a wonderful adjunct to take home with you and also save some money on your therapy.
Do pets experience anxiety?
Oh, absolutely. We had a dog who was having massive panic attacks. Unbelievable. They have the exact same fight or flight response. All mammals do, actually. Fight or flight, and all creatures, really, for that matter, can have a fight or flight response. I mean, it's our survival system. If you didn't have a fight or flight system, how would you deal with danger?
Oh, exactly.
You need to be able to get out. Yeah, absolutely, they do. Depends on the pet, of course, but dogs and cats have 100%.
Sandra, I want to ask you about something. If you know somebody, we've all been through periods of our lives when we were looking for work, and the anxiety level when you can't find work right away, and you're thinking, oh my gosh, I'm never going to work again in my life, it goes up. every single day when you don't have a job, it goes higher and higher and higher. And I often think that the anxiety itself might be visible to an employer. He might see it. He or she might see it in you, and they might say, "Oh my gosh, no, I don't think I want to hire this person." So anxiety to look for work actually might get in the way of finding work. Does that sound right to you?
It sounds really right. It's not so much that they're going to see the anxiety, but they're going to see the desperation in your eyes. And as we know, desperation is not highly attractive. So the mere sentence to say, "I will never find work," is what we would call a distorted sentence, because there's no evidence that you will never find work. So you're right. If you're going in with that mentality, you're going in with a scarcity mentality, and yes, somebody will pick it up. And that is not attractive, not likely to get what you want. So a better thought would be like, it's difficult to find work, but I have faith that, again, here's the faith again. I have faith that I will find something. Great question, by the way.
How about helping people deal with guilt? Because sometimes people are so wrapped up in doing everything for everybody else, and then you've got your own home to take care of and stuff, and maybe you have a passion for something and you don't allow yourself to just take 30 minutes out of your day to do whatever it is that you really love to do, like go fishing or paint a picture or just take a walk in the park.
Well, that's a fascinating question, too, because men are much better at this than women are. Women tend to really put themselves at the bottom of the list. Men will remember to take care of their needs much better. We need to learn from them. And the fact of the matter is, it comes to the oxygen mask on the airplane. You got to put your oxygen mask on you first. If you're not taking those 30 minutes for yourself, how good can you be to the world? Even if you're in the business of taking care of people for a living, as I am, if I don't take care of that, my basic needs and also some pleasure, like painting, as you said, I'm really not of any use to anybody. So we've got to put our oxygen mask on ourselves first. It is not selfish. It is not wrong. It is actually the best thing you can do to help people and be the best version of yourself.
Speaking of the airplane, what about that temporary anxiety we feel, maybe not everybody, but when you're about to take off? Or land or something. Right. That temporary, I'm going to fly in an airplane, I hope it doesn't crash anxiety. Could these techniques help with that moment?
Oh my God, we right away by the end of session 1, we are definitely teaching the exact techniques for people who have that phobia of going on planes. What the fear is about the loss of control, because when you're in an airplane, anxiety people like to hold on to control. So we teach them exactly what they need to do. We've taken people on planes, we've taken people right through any fear they have. It works in 95% of the cases, and the 5% of people that we lose are people who are not willing to do the strategies. It works. Scientifically proven.
So if we have complete control of our anxiety, would that take off the edge? Like if I suddenly found out I won the lottery, I'm like, oh, holy cow, I may get excited. But if I have control of my anxiety, I might say, oh, that's nice. That's a new thing in my life. Now I have money. Would it have the effect on the good stuff as well? Would the anxiety control affect the good things that happen to us?
That's so fascinating, because you're entering into a topic where there is a certain amount of danger about getting high on external things. So winning the lottery is an external thing. So it's not like you can't have pleasure. You're still allowed to get excited. But the dangers of getting high is you get very, very low. So I think you used exactly the right words. It's manage your anxiety. It's not control it, it's manage it. Is you want to enjoy the good moments of life. When people tell you you're doing a great job, enjoy it, but don't get high on it, because then you're only as good as your last accomplishments. And with the lottery, if you get high on that and then the money goes, where are you then? So you still can enjoy it. Nothing wrong with getting excited, but you also want to be able to see things that the real control that we have is within ourselves, never external. We don't have external control. That's the problem. We just don't have external control.
No,
you can't control that airplane, and you can't control whether you win the lottery.
I know. It's one of the things that we have to realize. I've loved the conversation. I would love to meet you in Georgia one day and see if I could get you excited about anything. You
can. We get very excited.
All right. Anxiety-videos.com is the website I went to. Is there any other way to get the videos?
Yes, if you want to reach us, if you do want a physical copy or you have any questions or comments, please call us, 514-777-4530.
Okay, we got that on tape, and we'll put that this interview on the internet. Sandra, thank you so much for being with us today.
Thank Thank you. You guys are just amazing.
All right, we will be right back.
Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
Fox News Radio, I'm Lillian Wu. Some fresh numbers out in the fight for the White House shows a tightening race.
Hillary Clinton is now leading Donald Trump by 3 points, 44 to 41%.